I'm standing at the gate with my 6-month-old daughter tucked against my chest, her little face red and screaming because she's teething, and the pressure change on the last flight wrecked her ears. It's 9:47 p.m. The flight's already 2 hours late, and everyone looks ready to collapse. I'm rocking her, whispering, "Sure, it's okay, baby," when I feel someone yank the boarding passes right out of my hand. I spin around, and there she is, bleach blonde bob, oversized sunglasses indoors, head to toe, Lululemon, staring at me like I personally ruined her evening. She's waving my passes around like she just confiscated contraband. "These are mine now." She snaps loud enough for the whole gate to hear. "Row 3 aisle and window. You and your screaming brat can take whatever's left in the back." My mouth literally drops. My daughter is full-on wailing, snot bubbles and all. And this woman has just stolen seats I paid extra for because I'm a solo parent. Flying cross-country with an infant. The gate agent looks horrified but won't say a thing. People are filming. I feel my face burning. I reach for the passes and say as calmly as I can, "Ma'am, those are ours. I booked them months ago for the second I knew I had to fly with a lap infant." She laughs, actually laughs, and lifts them higher. Should have thought about that before bringing a banshee on. A red-eye. Some of us paid for comfort. My baby lets out the most heartbreaking sob at that exact moment, and I swear the whole waiting area goes dead silent except for her. I'm 2 seconds from losing it when the captain steps up. Big guy, salt and pepper beard, 4 stripes gleaming under the fluorescent lights. He looks at Karen, looks at me, rocking my crying daughter, looks at the boarding passes in her manicured claws, and says in the deepest voice I've ever heard, "Ma'am, return those boarding passes now." Karen smirks. I have status. She doesn't. "These seats are mine." The captain doesn't even blink. He takes the passes from her hand. She tries to hold on, but he just plucks them away like taking candy from a toddler, hands them back to me, then turns to the gate agent and says loud, enough for everyone to hear, "Upgrade this mother and her baby to the cockpit. Jump seats. I'll have them up front with me." The entire gate gasps. Karen's face goes purple. "And you," he adds, pointing at Karen, "row 38 middle seat between 2 unaccompanied minors. Enjoy the flight." He rests a hand gently on my shoulder and says, "Come with me, sweetheart. Let's get your little one settled." I'm shaking, half from rage, half from pure shock, as I follow him down the jet bridge while Karen starts screeching behind us about lawsuits and calling corporate. People are cheering. Someone shouts, "World's best captain." My daughter stops crying the moment we step onto the plane, like she knows she just won. But what happened once we got to the cockpit? That's when things got even crazier. The captain guides us down the jet bridge like he's escorting royalty. My daughter has gone from screaming to soft little hiccups against my neck, completely calm now that we're moving. Behind us, Karen is losing her mind, heels clacking, yelling about how she's platinum, elite, sapphire, diamond, whatever, and this is discrimination. People are openly laughing at her. We step onto the plane. An entire first-class cabin turns to stare. The flight attendant's jaws drop when the captain announces over the intercom before the door even shuts, "Ladies and gentlemen, quick reseating. The mother and infant traveling with us tonight will be riding in the cockpit. Jump seats at my personal invitation. Passenger in 3B, you know who you are. Please move to 38 immediately. Thank you for your cooperation." The cabin Erupts, cheers, applause. Someone yells, "Give that baby a raise." Karen storms down the aisle, face redder than the exit signs, dragging her designer. Carry on like it owes her rent. She stops cold when she sees row 38. 2 8-year-old boys kicking seats. Goldfish crumbs everywhere, and a middle seat the size of a postage stamp. She spins to scream at the flight attendant, but the captain is already gone. Cockpit door shut. Karen tries to plant herself in the aisle, refusing to sit. That's when the flight attendant, tall queen with a bun, tighter than Karen's facelift, steps up with the sweetest smile and says, "Ma'am, if you do not take your assigned seat right now, the captain will return the aircraft to the gate and you will be removed by law enforcement. Your choice." Karen drops into the seat between the two kids. One immediately offers her a half-eaten gummy worm. She looks like she's seconds from spontaneous combustion. Meanwhile, the captain opens the cockpit door and waves me inside. I've never even been past the curtain before, let alone inside the actual cockpit. It smells like coffee and jet, fuel and pure magic. The first officer turns around with a huge grin and says, "Welcome aboard VIPs." They've already arranged the 2 jump seats behind them, complete with a little blanket and a tiny pair of wings pinned to it for my daughter. The captain buckles me in, shows me how to hold the baby so she's safe for takeoff, then hands me a headset. You'll hear everything we say up here. If she cries, just talk to her. She'll feel the vibration and stay calm. Takeoff is unreal. We thunder down the runway, my daughter staring wide-eyed at all the lights. And when we rotate, she actually giggles for the first time all day. The captain glances back and winks. That's my girl. 30 minutes into the flight, the captain's phone rings. It's the head flight attendant. She puts it on. Speaker. "Captain, the passenger in 38E is demanding to speak to you." She says she'll sue the airline if she doesn't. Get moved up immediately. The captain shoots me a look, raises an eyebrow like, "You want the honors?" and hand me the phone. I press the button and say, loud and clear, "Ma'am, this is the mother of the screaming brat. Enjoy the gummy worms." The entire cockpit loses it. The first officer is laughing so hard he's wiping tears. The captain gives me a fist bump. But the real chaos begins when we hit cruising altitude, and the captain says, "You're going to want to hear this." Patching in the cabin intercom so we can listen to the madness in the back. The captain flips a switch, and suddenly the entire cabin feed floods the cockpit. Speakers. It's like tuning into a live horror comedy. Karen is in full meltdown. She's standing in the aisle again, screaming that she has a peanut allergy, and the kid next to her is weaponizing goldfish. The 8-year-old looks up at her with crumbs all over his face and says, "Lady, these are gluten-free." The back half of the plane is howling. Then she tries a brand new tactic. She starts filming herself fake crying, saying the airline is endangering her life by forcing her to sit near children. She tags the airline, the CEO, everyone. Within minutes, passengers nearby start live streaming too, except for much better angles. The comments are savage. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Enjoy row 38, Your Majesty. One guy zooms in on the gummy worm stuck to her Lululemon leggings. The head flight attendant tries to get her to sit for turbulence. But Karen swats at the seatbelt sign like it's a mosquito. That's when the captain keys the mic, calm as ever, and says across the whole plane, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain," for the passenger standing. In 38E, federal regulation requires you to be seated with seat belt fastened. When the sign is illuminated, you have 10 seconds to comply before I declare an emergency and divert to the nearest airport for your removal. 10, 9 dead. Silence. You can literally hear Karen's acrylic nails clicking as she scrambles back into the middle seat. Then the plane erupts in cheers so loud the first officer has to turn the volume down. My daughter is asleep on my chest now, tiny, wings pinned to her onesie, drooling peacefully while the cockpit glows with soft blue lights. The captain looks back at me and says quietly, "There's still one more thing you should know." He pulls something up on the side screen. Passenger manifest notes. Next to Karen's name is a giant red flag reading, "Do not upgrade. Banned from first class on 7 previous flights." Turns out this wasn't even her first rodeo. She's infamous. Flight crews have an internal group chat called Karen Watch, where they warn each other about her. She bullies her way into seats, threatens lawsuits, then sells the drama to tabloids for $5,000 a pop. Tonight was supposed to be another payday until she picked the one captain who's been waiting years to shut her down. He grins. We've all been dreaming of this day. You and your little girl just made it happen. Then he does something I'll remember forever. He dims the cockpit lights, hand me the controls for exactly 3 seconds, just long enough for the first officer to snap a photo of me flying the plane with my sleeping daughter and says, "Proof you took the high road in the high skies." We land to applause while we taxi in. The captain gives one final announcement to the mother and baby in the cockpit tonight. Safe travels, safe life. And to the passenger in 38E, Delta has permanently revoked your elite status. Have a nice night. The gate agent meets Karen at the door with security and a printed no-fly notice. She tries to lunge at me as I walk past with my daughter, but 2 officers grab her arms. The last thing I hear as we head toward baggage claim is her screeching my name, except she's shouting the wrong one because she never bothered to learn it. My daughter stirs, looks up at me with those big eyes, and smiles like she knows she just got revenge she'll never remember. And somewhere online, the video of Karen, covered in goldfish dust, wedged between 2 kids for 5 hours, is already at 20 million views. Karma doesn't always need a boarding pass, but when it gets cockpit jump seats, it flies first class. If you enjoyed the story, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Every single subscription motivates me to bring you even more dramatic and entertaining HOA stories. And don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. I'll see you in the next story, where justice gets even more satisfying.